Kick us off with your first nomination.
Well, I think that Loathe Island's got a lot of people. A lot of people are happy to see the back of.
Yes.
But they don't have political leadership.
Yes.
So I'm suggesting Barack Obama be sent there.
Barack Obama's a good one.
Because he's just ruined the world.
He has.
Yeah.
Because he's the one that's responsible for all this Iranian nonsense, isn't
He's
he?
responsible for all of it. He's responsible for the Axis powers, as they call them now, getting together, Russia, Iran, China, Yemen, North Korea.
Yeah.
He's responsible for the events that led up to, I believe, October the 7th. He's responsible for the Iranians being emboldened.
Yeah.
As I said on American television a couple of months ago, Iran is a week away from nuclear capability.
Yeah.
I think he's responsible for that.
He's also responsible for Joe Biden, isn't he?
Well,
in a way.
You know, there's two reasons, Mike, that I think he cozied up to the Iranians to begin with all those years ago. One was because, and it's my personal opinion, he's vain and egotistical enough that he saw his future legacy in making the peace with these guys that want us all dead.
Right.
Not you, Barack Hussein Obama. You're almost one of us, but the rest of your countrymen, we want rid of.
Well, this is the trouble, though. They all want a legacy, don't they? I mean, Tony, you can have a nice time because Tony Blair's on Loathe Island, so you can match up with him, who thought his legacy would be peace in the Middle East as well. And that didn't turn out too well, did it?
And the second reason, I think, in a lighter note, if I may, is that the Iranians have some quite advanced robotics.
Yeah.
And I think he wants to get those to implant in Joe Biden because the current ones aren't working very well.
My favourite story this week about Joe Biden is that he was visiting a sort of war memorial-style grave in Scranton, Pennsylvania, where he said one of the names on it was one of his uncles who was lost flying over Papua New Guinea. And he actually came out and said, believe it or not, that he thinks that he was eaten by cannibals. And you're going, you're the President of the United States of America. You shouldn't really be saying that, should you? I mean, he might have been eaten by cannibals, but equally, his plane was lost. Anything could have happened, right?
If only.
I know. I wish somebody would eat Joe Biden. No, sorry, I shouldn't say that. It's only a joke, just a joke. Suzie, you've got something for us.
But isn't Joe Biden going to a graveyard, like going shopping, window shopping?
Possibly so, yeah. Looking for a slot.
Yeah,
you've got
that view over there.
Yeah.
Except he wouldn't be able to find it again.
No, he'd forget where it was. Yeah, absolutely right. I like your first one.
Do you?
Yes.
I've got Daniel Radcliffe.
Excellent.
Because, you know, women, we like to keep a grudge.
Yes.
Yeah, we hold it very...
I've learned that over time.
There you go. We if you hurt us, we never, ever...
It's funny, yeah. Somebody should tell men that when they're quite young because it takes a long time to work it out. It's sometimes quite painful and expensive.
Yeah, so they recently asked J.K. Rowling, would she accept an apology from Daniel Radcliffe? And she was like, no.
No.
And I'm like, do you even know women? And she's the ultimate woman, isn't she, J.K. Rowling?
She is literally the patron saint of women now.
She really is. And I don't know whether she's called Rowling or Rowling.
It's Rowling, I believe, but I don't mind.
I would love it if it was Rowling, because it's like, I'm rolling.
Rolling.
It's very like...
That is true.
You can just imagine her in a car
rolling. It's a good song, that. Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
So I just
Rawhide.
So
or something like that.
Daniel Radcliffe, definitely go on the island.
These little pipsqueaks, right? And I call him that. Somebody said to me, oh, but he's done so much since Harry Potter. Oh, really? Well, nobody can remember any of it. The only thing he's ever done that was worth a fag end was Harry Potter. Well, and that's what he's known for. And that's what he's made his fortune from, along with those other Wallies, the other two.
Emma and if Watson, he hates J.K. Rowling so much, I mean, what the things he said about her is just... He's thrown her under the bus because he's called her a TERF and a transphobe. Yeah. Not in those words, exact words, but in the essence is there.
Yes.
And if I don't like someone, I don't take stuff from them, right?
Right.
Give your royalties. Don't have a royalties anymore.
Yeah, exactly. That would be at least a matter of principle, wouldn't it?
Lip service is so easy to go, oh, I really hate so-and-so. And you're like, well, how much do you hate them?
Yeah. Do you know, I'm looking down the list of people that are there and I'm just trying to pick somebody that he might get on with. And I'm thinking Charlotte Church, who's been put in there quite recently. Yeah. You probably get on well with her because she's equally ridiculous and kind of, you know, a child in grown-up clothes who's never sort of realised actually what the real world is all about.
Go to your room.
Yeah, go to your room. And he's the same. Michael Jackson as well. I mean, you know, they could hang out together. They might.
Where's Michael Jackson on there?
Michael Jackson's in the island. Meghan Markle, you know, narcissist supreme. Roger, back to you.
Gwyneth Paltrow.
Brilliant. Goop.
Goop
is the only word I can think of.
Goop is the only
word association with Gwyneth Paltrow.
I haven't figured out what it's an acronym for yet, but...
Is it meant to be an acronym, you think?
I don't know. I don't know.
I suppose the first one would be Gwyneth, right?
Yeah.
Gwyneth...
Gwyneth out of...
P? I don't know.
Gwyneth out of
I mean, it's strange because I quite like her in films. I quite like her as an actress, right?
Just what I was going to say. Gwyneth out of popularity.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't like to see people self-destruct. And here you have a very beautiful, very classy woman, excellent
great
actress,
yeah,
who turns into a privileged, entitled nincompoop, spouting pseudoscience to sell things to be stuffed up unmentionable places.
Yes.
I mean,
or to smell in strange ways.
Is she nuts?
Well, apparently, I'm told, by the way, that Goop is Gwyneth and Paltrow, but the two O's in the middle don't mean anything.
Okay.
Which pretty much sums it up, sort of vacuous.
Is this Gwyneth Paltrow is the one that had a candle that smelled like a vagina, right?
Apparently so.
Yeah, yeah.
Anyway, well, we better go over to you, Suzie. What have you got for us?
I'm going to put in, I mean, my look might give it away. I'm going to put in Arthur Miller.
Okay.
Because...
He was horrible to Marilyn Monroe.
Well, not only is he horrible, he didn't have any talent.
Well, that's a bit controversial.
Well, it isn't, because the only thing that he could write about was his sad, dead wife, who he called vapid, ridiculous, embarrassing.
Yeah.
But he didn't mind
Well, maybe
marrying.
she was, though.
No, but he didn't mind marrying her when he had to
Well,
get
we've
out
all
of
married people
communism.
we've regretted. Well, I have, anyway.
Did you marry people because you wanted to use them? And he married
No.
her purely because he wanted to get off of communist activities.
But he wrote some very fine stuff.
He did. I mean, I'm not going to have that he wasn't a very good writer. I mean, you can have him for not being a very nice person.
Okay, so have you read some of his plays?
I've seen some of his plays.
Okay.
Over and over and over.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you like them?
Masterpiece. He's the greatest American playwright.
If you want to be
him and
completely
David
depressed,
Mamet.
if you want to be completely depressed,
Yeah, but there's nothing wrong with being depressed when you watch a play, is there?
Well, then you've got to wonder why Marilyn Monroe is depressed. So as far as I'm concerned, he made her depressed.
Well, she might have had a lot of reasons for being depressed.
She was depressed before she went to his first play, believe me.
Yeah, I think so.
No, she was depressed after meeting him.
She might have been depressed after she met JFK, who was also not very nice
if you were shacked up with Sam Giancana, the gangster, JFK, and a couple of other people all at once.
She didn't choose her men very well, did she?
Yeah, it might be confusing and depressing.
Yeah.
I don't know, pick Kennedy over Arthur Miller.
He was a horrible man, though. I mean, despite what you may hear from people who think he was, you know, the closest thing to God, JFK was a pretty ghastly individual.
Is he on the island?
He's not actually, no.
No.
We're missing a trick here.
Yeah.
But I'll take it anyway.
Yeah,
I'll take it
like
because, you know,
island.
this is a free, it's a free vote. And
He can write you a boring play while he's there.
He can write about all the horrible people on Loathe Island.
He'd love it.
I mean, that
We're
would
doing
be
a favour. We're doing a
absolute
favour.
genius.
You can see how things progress. I mean, Rishi's going to do this thing with cigarettes. It's going to turn out like Prohibition.
Yeah.
A young person today is going to become the next Joe Kennedy bootleg liquor dealer.
Yes.
And his son's going to be the Prime Minister
There you
of
go.
Britain.
And also, guess who else is already on the island? William Shakespeare.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
come
some
on.
people think he didn't write any of his stuff.
Yeah.
That's right.
So, you know, they can,
right.
they
We've got
can compare
entertainment.
notes.
Yeah.
James Whale is also there. He got sent there by Ash last week.
No. Seriously?
I'm not joking. But he would be very good.
But Ash owes everything to him.
It really, of course he does. Right, Roger, now, your next one, it comes with a qualification because you used to be at the Bank of England. You used to be a former advisor.
No. I've advised them. I wasn't officially inside.
Well, you wouldn't want to own up to it, would you? You know, you've advised them, though, so you know a thing or two about your next nomination.
Yeah. Andrew Bailey, the governor of the Bank of England. So first of all, he's got what I would call a checkered career when he was at the
He's not very good, is he?
No. When he was
Bottom line.
Bottom line. And how he got this job, I don't know. But one of the things that he's criticized for is waiting too long, not taking action, and then
doing nothing.
And then taking action was too much.
Right.
So what he did was wait too long to raise interest rates after a period of them being very low.
Yeah.
Then he hit us with 14 interest rate rises at once to combat inflation, with Sunak and Hunt cheering him on ridiculously.
Right.
Now, none of those interest rate rises curb the inflation.
No.
Because the inflation we have is not consumer driven. It's food, it's energy, it falls by itself.
Right. Which is what it's done.
Yeah, which is what it's done.
Right.
They're all claiming credit. You'd let a football manager onto a pitch for his 14th game with the same playbook with which he lost the last 13? I don't know how this happens. Anyway, that's all bad enough.
Only happens at Manchester United, to be fair.
He's wrecked the economy.
Right.
Mortgage market, rental market is absurd. Property market, jobs, he's totally wrecked.
Right.
Millions of businesses hurt. Many tens of millions of families will never recover from this. Foot on the throat. He still hasn't dropped interest rates. Okay. But then he called over his friend Bernanke, the former head of the Federal Reserve Bank in America, to come and check out how the Bank of England is doing things. Because he thought Bernanke, and was accused of cronyism, will back him up.
Right.
Well, what happened? Bernanke delivered his report the other day. The bank's software is defective. It's out of date. Their methods are archaic. The whole place is disorganized. It's a mess, and they've covered it up.
Right.
It's the post office all over again,
don't worry,
I say.
because you know what they have got is gender-neutral toilets, because they made sure they put those in. And I lost faith with this guy, Andrew Bailey, the year before, when he came out and actually said, as the governor of the Bank of England, I don't know how to control inflation.
That's right.
You know, and it's literally a job.
That's right.
That's all you have to do. You don't know how to do it. But that's a good one.
It's a lever.
It is.
And he's come out, and now he's got to go to the island because he's covered all up. He's the Paula Venables of the city.
Do you know, he'll find some very great friendship with Carol Vorderman, who's also there.
Yeah.
And she can teach me a thing or two about numbers, perhaps.
Did he lie on his job interview?
I don't know. He must have done. He must have done.
But the one I like best is Jeremy Hunt. Can you imagine walking into a bank with a CV that has no experience?
Not there yet.
No. Walk into a bank with a CV that has no experience, and you get told, here, go run this country?
I know. Amazing.
Run their finances?
So, Suzie, what's your last one?
My last one is Peter Andre.
Andre?
I think he'll look great on an island. Find him a waterfall.
Yes.
Can dance
he does
under
look
the
good in a
waterfall.
swimsuit, doesn't he?
Yeah, just stick him under a waterfall, let him sing that horrendous song, and keep him...
Mysterious Girl, is that the one?
Mysterious Girl, and keep him away from...
He's meant to be a really nice guy, Peter Andre.
Never
I've only met
nice
him a couple of times. He is a nice guy.
Do you know what? I tell you, as a girl, when someone says he's a really nice guy, that's like an alarm bell to me. I prefer...
Is it?
Yeah, because it means they've got no personality.
prefer bad guys?
No, not necessarily bad guys, but, you know, he's a nice... He's like vanilla.
Right.
And
so that's not a good thing.
He went on that island or jungle, and he saw Katie Price, and he was like, getting you.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, if I had a relationship with Katie Price, I'd never see the light of day. I don't think I'd ever go out again in public. I think I'd just stay home and go. Thank you very much indeed.
You're
Roger
welcome.
Gewolb, Suzie Kennedy. That was Loathe Island for this week.